It's not one that has a formula for its area. So what we want to do is to break it into two figures that we can find the area of, and then go from there. Okay, so for example, if I took this figure here and made it into a combination of a triangle and a rectangle by splitting it right here, that would be fairly easy to find each area. For rectangles, area equals length times width. And for the triangle, we'll do it down here, area is 1/2 the base times the height. So as long as we have the length and width for our rectangle part and the base and height of our triangle, will be just fine. So let's take a look first at our rectangle. Okay, do we have the length and the width? Let me outline it right here. Well, notice here is our length and here is our width. So we can go ahead and find the area of that rectangle. I'll try and label it here. The rectangle would be 24.6 times 10.4. And we do that, we'll get our part of our answer. We get 255.84. Hi, Ryan. If we want to do the triangle, we need to know its base and its height. Right now, we don't know either of those. We know it's this diagonal, the hypotenuse. So we're going to have to review something that we've done in the past, and that is the Pythagorean theorem. We can figure out the base of it, because all the way across the bottom here is 56.2, and then just this portion that was part of our rectangle was 24.6. So if we take the 56.2 minus 24.6, we get 31.6. Okay, so we know the length of the base. We need to know the height. We're going to have to use the Pythagorean theorem for that. That's anytime you have a right triangle, which is what we have. A squared plus b squared equals c squared, and this is one we use a lot in geometry. So if you don't have it down, make sure you put it down. It only works with right triangles. The legs, so we don't know one of our legs. The other leg is 31.6. Those are the A and the B, and the hypotenuse is always the C part. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and square each part. 31.6 times 31.6 is 998.56. And 44.3 times 44.3 is 1,962.49. We continue solving, so we're going to get the a squared by itself. We're going to subtract 998.56 from both sides. That gives us the a squared is 963.89, and then to get rid of a square, you take the square root of both sides. So in your calculator, do the square root of 963.89, and you get 31.05 about, if we round. Okay, so on our triangle here, this side is 31.05. And we can go ahead and find our area now because we know the base and the height. So the area for a triangle is 1/2 times the base, we found before was 31.6, times the height is 31.05. Multiply those together and then divide by 2, and we find the area of the triangle part is 490.59. Okay, so here's our triangle. Up at the top we had our rectangle, so if we put those two together, we'll have our full area. So we're just going to go ahead and add the triangle to the rectangle. So our total area is 255.84 plus 490.59. And that gives us 746.43 square meters. Okay, so if you have a weird shaped figure, you split it up into figures we recognize, find each of their areas, and then add them together. Ryan, how are you doing today? I just went ahead and started. I waited around, no one was here, so I just went ahead and started. You doing all right today?